Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we're going to continue reviewing al- Algebra 2 Regents for August 2019. We're going to start doing part 2. Question number 1. At Andre Johnson High School, students are only allowed to enroll in AB US History if they have already taken AB World History or AB European History. Out of 825 incoming seniors, 165 took AB World History, 66 took AB European History, and 33 took both. Giving this information determines the probability that a randomly selected incoming senior is allowed enrolled for AB US History. So for AB History, AB World History, let's or let's say it's event A. The probability of event A is 165 out 825. Now the European one, it's event B, so the probability is 66 out 825. Now, so A and B, so both of them, the probability is 33 out 825. Now I can use a formula, probability of A union B equal to probability of A plus probability of B minus probability of A and B. So that's 165 over 825 plus 66 over 825 minus 33 over 825 equal to, where's 825? 198. So the probability is going to be 198 over 825. Question number 26. So in the rational exponent, the denominator is the radical index and the numerator is a power. So when I'm talking about 9 to power 5 over 2 is exactly like 9, so the power is 5 and radical 2. When you evaluate it, it's 243. Right, have I to power 3. So I to power 3 is negative I. And square root of negative 9 is 3i minus 4. And the I square is negative 1. So I'm going to have here plus 3. Now I'm going to distribute, or with 1 second, I'm going to finalize, so that's half I. Now when I distribute 1.5 I square minus 2i plus 3, I square is negative 1, so negative 1.5 minus 2i plus 3 is going to give you 1.5 minus 2i. So that's the simplest form. I use that I to power 0 is 1, I to power 1 is I to power 2 is negative 1, I to power 3 is negative I. Now, a personal lung capacity can be modeled by function Ct equal to 250 sine 2 pi over 5 times t plus 2450, where Ct represents the volume in milliliter present in the lung after T cell. State the maximum of the function. The maximum of the function is the highest peak. The highest peak is the midline plus the amplitude. So 250 represents the amplitude and 2450 represent the midline. So the maximum equal to 250 plus 2450, which is 2700. Question number 29. Now, explain which polynomial x plus 2 is a factor. So I'm going to use the synthetic division, or even you can plug in with negative 2. I have many ways. So the coefficient 1, negative 3, negative 16, negative 12. 1 goes down, negative 2, negative 5, 10, negative 1, 5, 10, that's 16. Sorry. So that's negative 6, negative positive 72. So giving me 60. I have a remainder. So not a factor. Now I'm going to do the same one. I think I messed up. Okay, again. For the first one, negative 2. So here's power 4, power 3, power 2, power 1, the number. So 1, negative 3, 0, negative 16, negative 12. 1 goes down, so negative 2, negative 5, 10, 10, negative 20, negative, negative 36, positive 72, giving me 60. Oh, so not a factor. Okay, so for px, it's not a factor. Now I'm going to do the same 3, 2, 1 number, negative 2, 1, negative 3, negative 16, negative 12. 1 goes down, that's negative 2, negative 5, 10, 6, negative 6, 12, 0. So it's a factor for here because I don't have a remainder and not a factor for the first one. Or I can plug in with negative 2. So P for negative 2, negative 2 to power 4, which is 16, minus 3. Negative 2 to power 3 is negative 8. Negative 16 times negative 2, negative 12. Here it's 16 plus 24 plus 32 minus 12, giving me 60. So not a factor. And Q negative 2. So negative 2 squared is negative 8. Negative 3 times 4, negative 16 times negative 2 minus 12. Here it's negative 8 minus 12 plus 32 minus 12, which is going to be 0. So it's a factor. So this is one of the three ways. So I explained so far two. Question number 30. On July 21st, 2016, the water level in Puget Sound reached a high of 10.1 feet at 6 a.m. and the lowest, so the maximum, here Puget, here Long Island. So the maximum is 10.1 and the minimum is negative 2. On the other hand, it's 2.5 and the lowest negative 0.01. Okay. The water level of both are affected by tides can be modeled by sinusoidal determine the difference in the amplitude. So the amplitude equal to 10.1 minus 2 divided by 2. Here 2.5 minus zero point 0.1 divided by 2. In that situation, it's going to be 11.3 divided by 2, which is minus 12.1, so which is 6.05. On the other hand, it's going to be 2.6 divided by 2 is 1.3. So that's the difference in the amplitude for both of them. So the amplitude in Puget Sound is going to be higher. Now, question number 31. Write the recursive formula for, okay, and he give me this value. So I'm going to make a table. Here is x, here is y, here is y. So 1, 4, 2, 12, 3, 36, 4, 108. So the difference is 1, the difference is 8, the difference is 1, the difference, so 24, it's not arithmetic. I'm going to do it again. So x, y, 1, 4, 2, 12, 3, 36, 4, 108. So the difference is 1 multiplying by 3. The difference is 1 multiplying by 3. So that's a geometric one. So to write a recursive formula, I have to write A1. What's the A1 value? A1 value is 4. And to find AN, I have to multiply the prior term by 1. So the prior term by 1, AN minus 1, because that's represent the prior term. I multiply by 3. But for the recursive formula, I have to mention the two terms. Now, on the axis below, sketch these two functions. So for x minus 3, absolute value for x minus 3, okay, absolute value for x minus 3, it's going to be like this one. So that's absolute value x minus 3. For the other graph, 1 over x, it's going to be like that. And we can use a graphing calculator, okay? Now, after sketching, you want to know the positive solution. So 1 time 1 over x equal to absolute value for x minus 3. So absolute value of x equal to 1 over x plus 3. Now I'm going to split x equal to 1 over x plus 3 and I solve it, or x equal to negative 1 over x minus 3. Okay, now I'm going to solve. Here multiplying by x, so I got x squared equal to 1 plus 3x. So x squared minus 3x minus 1 equal to 0. On the other hand, x squared equal to negative 1, negative 3x. And here x squared equal plus 3x plus 1 equal to 0. So the two equations, x squared plus or minus 3x plus or minus 1 equal to 0. Now I'm going to use the quadratic form. So x equal to negative v, so negative 3 plus or minus square root for 9 minus 4 times 1 over 2. And from that it's negative 3 plus or minus radical 5 over 2, and then I can use a calculator. Or x equal to 3 plus or minus square root 4 9 minus 4 times negative 1 over 2, and from that 3 plus or minus square root 4 13 over 3, and I can use a calculator. And in that case, since he want to know the positive values, negative 3 is more than positive 5, so that's going to be negative solution, and radical 13 is more than 3, so the only solution is going to be 3 radical 13 divided by 2. That's the end of that part. I hope you understood. Have a good day. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.